Okay. Now let's get the topics at the some points. Well, here I contains one settings. Well, and my one setting is complete. Salam Habibi, how are you? I hope you are fine. It is me, Michaela Santa. I am here with you according to titles and titles. Yes, yes. Today we are roasting here Sakshi Jha. And now here we could notify. Here is my points. Who is Sakshi Jha? In this cases, Sakshi Jha is the girls. Well, who is a man haters. And now, your topic is about the sports men versus sports women, gender words. And now, as a here is just a reaction on India's Got Latent season 2 episode 3. Now let's check it. What was happening here? Well, here is several time waste as we could notify. Well, now it is the moments here we can see source is YouTube Israel. Okay, now problem started was episodes timestamp to be 28 minutes 56 seconds. Oh my Adonai. Now, what is she saying? Well, here we know say here is the points. Here is Sakshi Jha. Which was Sakshi Jha? Here Sakshi Jha is an man haters. And we can see these points. Okay. Now here, what is her talents? As a Sakshi Jha's talents, Sakshi Jha's talent is an man haters. Okay. And what is her favorite hobbies? Here, Sakshi Jha's favorite hobby is here only to bully the mans. Okay. Now here we can see those points. Her friends state about her that she cannot be a great human. And she celebrates because why she accordance with Sakshi's statements. Well, she cannot be a great human because she is not human. She is just an woman. Okay. And now let's check it. Oh my God. And here we can see now generally so this Saksija contains no problems about what Saksija contains no problems about gender castes. Saksija contains no problems about uh, schedule caste. Saksija contains no issues about OBC, but Shakshija's problem is man's. Okay, man's existence. And here we can see the and today's here live stream is a category of sports. And here I would mention that what would be the points about the sport gender war between sportsman versus sportswomen. And now we can see the almost now almost 2 hours earlier Here is the end of the FIFA World Cup 2026. I mean FIFA Men's World Cup 2026. And here, now let's check is all of we know that who was the World Cup champion, that is Spain in second times, and here uh, Argentina becomes runners up. Now I do not know what is the points. In Diego Maradona's times, one times Argentina was champion, and the next times Argentina becomes runners-up. And here we can see the points. Well, same pattern is copied in Lionel Messi's Argentina. Okay. Now let's check at the moments. And here is the points. Here I am going to discussions about the significant points. Here we would notify here Spain versus Argentina, and here now here England versus Argentina. Okay. Now let's check at the moments. Here is the points that what is the Spain versus Argentina. Here we could notify here the point is now Spain. Here we could notify Spain. The score was Spain 1, Argentina 0. Okay. Now here is the strategies. Let me check. Well, where is the goal scorers? Well, the goal scorer is not in. Okay, it is the midfielders. Okay. Now probably goal scorer in response. Now let's check is what is the strategies of Spain. Here we could notify. Spain's strategies is 4 defenders. Here 1 midfielders, 2 wingers and 3 strikers. Okay. And now let's check the moments at the points. Well, now when Spain contains 4 layers gameplay strategies. Now what is the points? Here we can see the football length is divided into 5. Okay, because of football strategies is in 4 layers. And now let's take at the moments. Well, here we can see the points. Spanish footballers. What is the kinetic powers? I mean, what is the velocity of Spanish footballers? In this case, Spanish footballers' velocity is 275,000 kilometer per hour as in Spanish footballers' velocities. On the other hand, here Argentine footballers' velocity is 275,000 kilometer per second. Probably in this, because of the case, here is a red card. Okay. Now let's take up the points. When a midfielder, Spanish midfielder, score 1 goal, now what is his geo coordinates? I mean, what is his coordinates as a perception of the Argentine goalpost? Now let's take up the points. He is in middle of whites. White is 0, and what will be the length? Here we can notify at the points that would be here 66 meters length and 0 whites. That means here we can notify first at the points. It is almost total distance is 66 meters. And now here we can notify first of that what is the difference between Spanish football man midfielder versus Spanish football women midfielders. And now let's take at the moments. And here we can see this points. Well, man footballers velocity is 275,000 kilometer per hour. On the other hand, women Spanish football midfielders' velocity would be here 275 meter per hour. Now, where is 275,000 kilometer per hour and where is 275 meter per hour? That is your significant difference of the velocities. Okay. Now let's check the points. Here is coming to the moments. Well, and now let's check it. What about the points? Okay, now here we could notify. Now let's check the moments. 66 divided by 275 meter per hour, that is almost 0.24 hours. Well, now here is the moments. What is 0.24 hours? That is almost 14.4 minutes. What does 0.4 minutes means? That would be here 24 seconds. That means here is the moments. Well, women to be Spanish football midfielder goal reaction time is 14 minutes 24 seconds. Now, on the other hand, let's come to the points about what man Spanish football midfielders. And now let's check at the points. Well, 275 millions 66 meter can be divided by 275 million meter per hours. Now let's check at the moments. Well, what is the significant cost? That is here 2.4 multiplied by 10 to the power negative 7 hours. Now what is the meaning of that? Okay, that would be here 144. I apologize here 1.44 multiplied by 10 to the power negative 5 minutes. Okay, now let's check at the moments. Here we can see this is the talking about the points. Well, that is almost 0.864 milliseconds. Okay. Now let's. Here is the moments that what's going on. Now in this cases, well, Spanish man football midfielders goal reaction time is 0.864 milliseconds. On the other hand, here Spanish women football midfielders goal reaction time is 14 minutes 24 seconds. Now where is 14 minutes 24 seconds and where is 0.864 milliseconds? Now it is the significant moments. Now what is the meaning of 0.864 milliseconds as a goal reaction time and what is the meaning of goal reaction time as in 14 minutes 24 seconds? Now here is now let's check it the points. Now as in summaries, accordance with the summaries we have got. I don't know what is the moments. Well, accordance with the summaries here, Torres scored here 1 goal in 106 minutes. Okay, as in records. Now here I don't know what's being this. Well, Torres scores. Oh my gosh, Torres is forward. Now still we can see as a midfielders at the points. Then coming to the points about the forwards. And now here is the moments. Now in this cases, now well, let me take a breath. And now here we can see this points. Well, and when a man to be Spanish football uh, midfielder can score one goal in 106 minutes. That means he started to score goal in 106 minutes and he completed scoring goals, one goal in 106 minutes, 0.864 milliseconds. But now, here is the moments. What's going on about the women's football match between Spanish versus Argentina? Okay. Now here we can say about the points. Spanish footballs, accordance with the Spanish footballs, to be women Spanish football midfielders, goal reaction time is 14 minutes 24 seconds. That means when she started to score goals in well 106 minutes, she can complete one goal in here. What? That would be 120 minutes 24 seconds. And now there is the moments. Well, here starting score goals is 106, right? Now when men Spanish footballers can score one goal in well, the times between one and in the last time to be 106 minutes 0.864 seconds. Here women can complete to score the one goals in 120 minutes 24 seconds, whereas ending time to be 120 minutes 24 seconds, and whereas ending time to be 106 minutes 0.864 milliseconds. Now that is the significant moments. Here we could notify well man can contest capabilities to score one goals, where women contest no capabilities at the moment. Okay. Now but the points to be noticed here. Well, our honorable ugly girls to be here, Sakshi Jha, the honorable ugly girls. She is a man hater. She states that man can do nothing. Okay, but when is the points about the sportsman versus sportswoman words, and here we could notify what is the momentum of the points. Here, here Spanish man football midfielder can score one goal in here the reaction time to be 0.864 milliseconds. The women requires here 14 minutes 24 seconds to score only one goal. And here still here Sakshi states that man can do nothing. That is the significant mockery on man's capabilities. And now that is the crimes at the moment. And here is the significant crimes as we could notify. Okay. Now on the other, now let's talking. Here we have discussed about the midfielders. Now we can discuss about what we can discuss about strikers. Okay. Now let's check here. We can see accordance with the strategies. Here we could notify. Well, we could see here forwards means what is the forwards? Here forwards means here two wingers and three strikers. Now here we can see this once. Let's consider here forward can be goal scorer can be here wingers or the strikers. Now let's check it. Now here let's check the points. What is here for wingers geo coordinates? Okay. Now here we can see this one. So wingers geo coordinates is here Well, 20-minute wides, and here the 44 minutes length as a perceptions of the Argentine goalpost. Now let's check is what's the difference distance. Okay, now here we can see. I think well, I think here trigonometry is better, but still I can consider about the Pythagoras theorems. Okay, now let's check at the moments. 44 can be divided by 20. That is here 2.2. Okay. Now 2.2, that can be here tan theta's. And what is the theta's as a perception of, well, whites? That is 65.5561. Okay. Now let's check at the moments. Well, now length divided by okay. Now here we can see the points. Well, what is the equations of sin theta? That is here length divided by distance is the equation of sin theta, and hence here length divided by sin theta is in distance. Okay, and in this cases, now here we can see now what is the length at the moments. Here we cannot. Okay. Now here we can see that is the significant points. Length is 44 minutes, can be divided by sine 65.5561 degrees Celsius. And here now let's check it. What's going on? Well, now we could see this is the points. Okay. Now let's check it. It is almost 48 point 48.333 degrees Celsius. Okay. Now and here we can say at the moment, and here is some timings at that can be notified, and we can see these points. Well, 48 distance is 48.333 meters as this moment. As a distance we got found as a perception of goal scorer to be wingers. And now let's check it. What is the goal reaction times? Here we could calculate. Well, we know there's man's Spanish football striker's velocity is, I apologize here, man's Spanish football winger's velocity is 275,000 kilometer per hour. On the other hand, women's Spanish football wingers velocity is 275 meter per hour. Now let's check it. Here is the one with, and that is the significant notifiers. Well, now we can see what's happening here. I don't know. Well, 48.333 can be divided by 275 meter per hour as in women football winger velocities. Well, now let's check at the moments. What is 0.176 can be multiplied by 60. That is of course here 10.56 minutes. And what is here 0.56 minutes multiplied by 60? That is almost Well, 34 seconds. That means here women's one scoring reaction time is 10 minutes 34 seconds. Okay, now let's check at the points. What about the man's goal score reaction times? Here 48.333 can be divided by what? That is here 275 million meter per hours. And now what would be the points? That is, well, 1.7576 multiplied by 10 to the power negative seconds. 7 seconds. And now that can be multiplied by what? 36 hundredths. Oh my god. Now what is the moments? That is here 0.633 milliseconds. Okay. Now in these cases, now here is the significant notifier first at the moment. Now here we could see here is some problem we have to fix myself. And now let's check at the points. And here we can notify here Sakshi states that man can do nothing according with the statements of Sakshi. But what is the reality? Reality is the significantly opposite. In these cases, women to be Spanish football wingers goal score reaction time is here 10 minutes 34 seconds. On the other hand, here man to be Spanish football wingers goal reaction time is here 0.633 milliseconds. Where is 0.633 milliseconds and where is here 10 minutes 34 seconds. Now that is the significant difference as we could notify. Well, in these cases, the problem is just like insignificant problems. Well, and in these cases, here we could notify in these points. Now, what is the meaning of goal reaction times? Okay. Now we can see. Recently, I have shown you here goal scorer score goal in 106 minutes. Now let's check at the points. What if it would be here women's to be Spanish football wingers, where match would be women Spain football teams versus Argentina women's football teams. Then here we can see women's to be Spanish football wingers start to score goal and 106 minutes, and she complete score one goal in 160 minutes 34 seconds. But now in reality there is a final match between Spain man football team versus Argentina man football teams, and here man to be Spanish football winger started to score goal in 106 minutes, and in this cases he scored complete to score goals in 106 minutes 0.633 milliseconds. Now in these cases, who is good, man or women? Of course the man is good in these cases, and in these points men's perform as best and man is the champions. But according with the honorable ugly girl Sakshi, well, man can do nothing according with the statements of, well, whom Sakshi, because here Sakshi is a man haters. Okay. Now here is my discussions about to understand it, that why Sakshi is a man haters. In this cases, Sakshi is a man haters just because Here, a Spanish man football winger can score one goal in the reaction time to be 0.633 milliseconds, where women to be Spanish football winger requires reaction time to be 10 minutes 34 seconds to score only one goal. And now that is the points that which gender football is best. And it is clear that man football is best and man football is better than women football teams. And now that is the significant point. And it is the reason of the jealousy of Sakshi. Hence, she states that she is a man hater. Okay? And now, here we can see, the, well. Now, let's find out the significant moments. And here, I would mention the 1 points about the strikers. Well, now here, it is clearly written in summary here, Spanish goal scorer is forwards. He could be wingers or he could be strikers. Okay. Now let's check the points. Here we can see the small moments. What if goal scorer is a striker? There is the points. Now it is clear the moments when goal scorer is a striker. What would be at the moment of points? Now it is the significant moments. Goal scorer is a striker. Now what is the coordinates of the man to be Spanish football strikers as the perception on what? That is Argentine goalpost. That would be here almost 22 meters length and 40 meters wide. Now here we can see the sponsor. Well, what is the tan theta? Tan theta is equation is length divided by width. And now in this cases, what's going on? In that moment, the points to be noticed below here accordance with the moments. Tan theta, 22 divided by 40 is almost 11 divided by 20. Okay. Now in this cases, I am here to calculate tan theta. Okay. Now in this cases, the moments 11 can be divided by 20. Well, and that can be here almost like a what was the thetas in the center to be Spanish man football strikers. That is here 28.810794 degree. Okay. And now let's check at the moments what's going on. In that cases, there is the significant points. Well, now let's check it. Here 22 meters can be divided by, 22 meters length can be divided by sine of 28.8107 794. That can be as an sine theta. And now let's check at the moments and what's going on. That is here it is almost 45.65085 meters. Now here is the moments Well, what is women's goal reaction times? The 45 divided by 65085 can be divided by 275 meter per hours. Okay. Now let's check it the moments. 0.1661 can be here multiple by 60, that is here 9.966 well minutes. And what is multiplication of 0.966 minute by here 60 second per 1 minute, that would be here 78 minutes. Okay. Now in these cases, here women's goal reaction time is what? That is here 9 minute 58 seconds for one goal score reaction times. On the other hand, so what about the man to be Spanish football strikers goal reaction times? Now here we can see 0, 8, 5, that can be divided by 275 million meter per hours. Okay. Now that can be multiplied by 3600. Okay. Now that is almost 0.598 milliseconds. Okay. Now in these cases, here is the times. As we could notice first, there is some moments, and here it is the significant points that can be justified. Well. And now here is the when man's goal reaction time is 0.598 milliseconds. Women's goal reaction time is 9 minutes 58 seconds. Now where is 9 minutes 58 seconds and where is 0.598 milliseconds? And now it is the points to be noticed. Here is the discussion about the FIFA World Cup 2026 as a football match. And now, it is the significant moments that can be as a notifiers. And now, let's back to the our man haters, Sakshi. Okay. Now, when we can notify the here our man haters, Sakshi. What is our statements? Here we could notify here man hater Sakshi's statement is something like a dangerous. Well, here we could see her statement is here she hates man because according with her statement, man can do nothing and man can contest no capability to contest any skills. Okay, that is the statements accordance with Sakshi. That is two dangerous moments. Now in these cases, here is the points. Now it is too dangerous just because here we can notify here Sakshi is too man-haters that she did not understand what is she doing as her own points. Okay, now and here is the 30 minutes discussions about here about Spain versus Argentina. Here is the 30 minutes discussions that here why reality is the opposite of Sakshi's man-hating propagandas. Okay, now I think here I want to back on here some moments, and here probably I would fix here some points, because here we could notice here some favorite brothers was commenting, but I could not see him. Okay. Now, what's going on? Uh, and here we can see these points. Well. Here message delays, slow modes, as we could see. Here moderation is none, backward is none, but I don't know what's going on at the points. Okay, I am in labs. Here we can see this is the times as well. Eye contains known effects, and we can see. Well, now here we can notify. I will be back on some moments. What is this? And sometimes, now here is the 1 points, and now let's check it. So here we can see the match was England versus Argentina in semi-final, where score was England 1, Argentina 2. Okay. Now here we can see this moments. Well, I do not know that what is going on. It is just an issues we could see. Now let's check the limelights. Here Anthony Gordon's here wingers, he scored here 1 goals, and on the other hand here Lautaro Martinez scored 1 goals, and Enrique Fernandez scored 1 goals. And now here we can see what it would be here England's women football teams versus Argentina women's football teams. And now that is the significant points, that is just some kinds of notifications. Well, now here we can see there is some one ways, and I think I have to wait sometimes because I can't tell no points what would I do, because still here we could notify I cannot reach to my brothers, and I do not know who was the points, what is his comments. Well, now let's check it the points, and in these cases here we can see here Enzo Fernandez scored 1 goal here. Well, and here when Enzo Fernandez scored 1 goal, that is here the points that can be as a significance. Well, what is his coordinates? Well, his coordinates is 40 meters wide and some 55 meters length. Okay. Now what is 40 squares? That is 16 hundreds as a 40 squares. Now what is 55 squares? That is here 3025. Okay. Now in these cases 3025 can be summed by here 16,000. I will get 3025 can be summed by 16 hundreds, and now here we can see, well, is the moments here, this distance is carries 4625 high, and now as a square that would be here 68.007353. Okay, now you can say the response 68.007353 meters. Now that can be divided by man's football midfielder velocity, and that can be divided by women's football midfielder velocities. Okay. Now in these cases, first of all, here we can find here the man's Argentine football velocities, and that is here we could notify that is 275 million meter per second. Okay. Now let's check is what would be the points. That would be here 2.473 multiplied by 10 to the power negative 7 seconds. That means here 0.248 microseconds as in man's one goal reaction times. On the other hand, so here women's all, what is the women's one goal reaction times? That is here clear cut at the points. That can be divided by what? 68.007353 can be divided by 55 meter per hours. Okay. Well, that would be 1.2364974 hours. Now what is here 1.24 hours can be multiplied by 60 minutes. That will be here 74.4 minutes. And what is 0.4 multiplied by 60? That is 6 4s are 24. Okay. Now that means here we can see these points. Here is a notification when Argentine women footballer velocity is, well, when Argentine women's midfielder velocity is 55 meter per hour, Argentine man football midfielder's velocity is almost what? That is the significance like here 0.248 microseconds. Now where is 0.248 microseconds and where is here okay. Now let's check at the ones. Where is 0.248 microseconds and where is 74 minutes 24 seconds. And now in these cases, well, here live chat is always on, and here we can see this. Okay, it is almost live commentaries at some moments. And now here I am very depressed because here I could see when I could not reach to my brothers as I want to do. Okay. Now here we can see. Well, next let's say that what would I say? And in this cases here 24 minutes when women's goal reaction time is 74 minutes 24 seconds and man reaction time is 0.248 microseconds. Then we can see what is the meaning of that. Now let's replace Fernandez by women to be Argentine football midfielders. Now what is 85 sum by 74? That is here 85 sum by 75 subtract by 1. That is here 90 sum by 70 subtract by 1. That is 160 subtract by 1. that is 159. On the other hand, in this cases, uh, what is the one goal? Here we could notify Argentine start to score goal would be 159 minutes here 24 seconds. That means in that cases, well, goal score result, football result would be here England 1, Argentina 0. If that would be England football team, women England football team versus women Argentina football teams. And now here is the points that is the moments, because in the real times of semi-final, there was no Argentina women football teams. There was an Argentina men's football teams. And in these cases, here is the significant terms that could be notified here as in statistics. Okay, there was a statistic. In these cases, Argentina gets a victory against England in the score to be 2-1 goal, just because the two scorer of Argentina is a man, 50% goal scorer is was a midfielder, and 50% goal scorer was defender of Argentina men football teams in semi-final match. But according with our honorable girls to be Sakshi, what is the statement? The statement is man can do nothing according with the statements of Sakshi. Okay. Now here we can see what was the realities. We do not know, and but somehow here is a significant latent fakeness as we could notify. Okay, now here we can see that's the significant terms. Well, and here is 52 minutes, and I think here our live can be captured, live stream can be captured in 36 minutes, and that is okay for that, because here is my depression that I could not reach to my brothers, and that is the frustration moments as we could see. Okay. Now here points and now it is the sometimes as an frustration moments, and that is the dangerous for me. And now here we can Argentines, but I'm not neither Spain nor Argentines. But I'm not neither Spain nor Argentines, and I am Saudi. Well, now second is, do you like Sakshi? Okay. Now here is the points to be noticed, and here is some beautiful moments that can be notified, and some points. I do not like Sakshi Jhas. I hate Sakshi Jhas because of her points. Well, first of all, I could not see, I could do not know about Sakshi Jhas, but when I touch with my celebrities, and here we can notify I start to hear about the Sakshi Jhas at some points. Okay. And now here is the moments, that is the significant points that can be notified. Okay. Now here I am going to watch the next points that can be. Well, here was 1 minute 44 seconds. In the 44 seconds of Sakshi Jha, she states that she is a man hater. And now, well, here we can see. Here is my question: why to hate women is not justified when their hate man would be justified. Okay. Now here we can see this points. Now here is this is the dangerous momentum at the points. Now, well, let's check it. What is about Sakshi's statements? And here we could notify Sakshi's statement is some significance. Okay. Now here we can see this points. Now let's check it. What is the moments in this cases? Well, Sakshi just states that here we can see repeatedly says man can do nothing, man can do nothings at the points, and here we could notify it is the points we always had man's that is the statement of the Sakshi Jas. And now next statements of the Sakshi Jas involves when women can provide birth to men, then why women cannot hate men? That is the questions of the Sakshi Jas. That is here. Well, really as an brainstorm moments as some points, and it is here really the brainstorm, and that is just like an tortures. And now it is the significant tortures we could not handle it as we could see. Okay, now let's check it. What's going on? Well, now here we can see these points. In this cases, accordance with the statements of Shaksija, here when a man said state use that I love you, he can state with to another woman that I love you. That is there is the statements of Sakshija, but the problem is here, Lionel Messi do not do is well. We know here Cristiano Ronaldo's and Neymar's can do it, but Lionel Messi did not do it because Lionel Messi is now Messi Netanyahu. Okay. Okay. Now here you can see the points. Well, in this cases here is the points. Now here is my questions that why Shaksija do exist. That is here my questions. Well, now what is the point to be the points? Well, according with the grandfathers of Sakshijas, women can do nothing. Well, it is a good statement. Women actually cannot do anything. I mean, women actually can do nothing. Yeah, here is the point when today's topic is about the sports related. Here is the moment, and it is the significant realities that why we always hate women, and it is the point that why we should hate women at the points as we could notify. Because in this cases here that is sometimes here is some significant terms conditions at well now we can see that is the significant terms. Well, here we can Lionel Argentina. When the point is about Spain versus Argentina, when Spanish man footballers can do one score goals in the reaction of 0.865 milliseconds. Women's requires almost here 10 minutes 34 seconds. That is the difference between man versus women. And in this case, just one goal score reaction times. And in this moment, it is the clear points here. That is the justified. That's why grandfather of Shaksija states that women can do nothing. Okay, and now in this cases, it is my first last stream to roast Shaksija, and now here we can see my next last stream to roast Shaksija is about the categories of science and technologies. Okay, well.